YouTube. I hope you're doing fine on this fine day. And it's time for another replay cast. Someone sent me a replay, I don't want to say who it was to avoid spoilers. So let's see how this will play out. We are on Min's Pocket. A map that you don't see that often in 2v2 nowadays because it's not the best map. It tends to produce really long game. But on the other hand, because of the meat grind in the middle, it might be likely to see some big cats or big mammals like the elephant or the big cat, the yak tiger. So let's see how this plays out and let's go into it. We have Mr. Tommy, or Thomas, how he calls him nowadays, as USF, fielding Urban Assault, Airborne Company, and Infantry Company. Red Force as Brits with Vanguard Operations, Lend-Lease Assault, and Royal Engineer Regiment. On the other side, we have Bisonet as OKW with Overwatch, Breakthrough, and Elite Armored. And we have Covenant as Oster with Spearhead, Blitzkrieg, and Jäger Armor. Both teams are ranged, so no randoms there, so it will be interesting. And Covenant is doing a sniper start, so no MG42, which might be called unusual on this map because MGs are really good. On the other side, you have this bad side on Minsk, the top side, where it's really hard to control this area and this area as axis, but same goes for allies. Basically, the top side is not the best, so it might be sniper might be the better choice there against the USF, but let's see. Not 100% convinced if you should go MG as sniper first, but he's maybe expecting Pathfinders, and against Pathfinders the MG is not the best choice. But Tommy's playing rifles and locked into Urban Assault, so Calliopes will be an option there in the late game. Meanwhile, we have standard opening from Red Force, triple infantry section taking up. Probably after the take up, he will go for UC. We have Bisonet playing only 2 Volks. That's interesting. Early tech up there. Maybe we will see a 2-1. He could pick the Doctrine and queue it. Or will he play an Overwatch heavy? Oh, he's playing actually 2-1. In my opinion, you can go for the third Volks. When you play conservative with your manpower, you won't screw up the timing that much. We have some fight going on over here. Pioneers against infantry section, and they will win this. And we see some dancing around the side blockers from Tommy. Sniper got pushed off because of that. It's really hard to play the sniper on this side. Oh, Gren has to retreat. Here we go. A little bit support from Bisonet there for the cutoff. He needs to retreat though. Meanwhile, we have Bisonet going for the cutoff himself. And we have Covenant going for the fuel point, so there will be a little bit of fuel denial going towards the Axis, but on the other side, the Axis don't have the greatest map control so far. Even with the fuel point decap, they still have, or had, more fuel income, but since the cutoff on this side got cut off, the fuel income got reduced. We have an early 2-2 now, 2-1 on the field, which will push off all the riflemen. Pioneers get forced off by a Royal Engineer, and we don't have a UC on the field. That's interesting. Do we have early 5-man? Nope. Will be interesting to see what Red Force is planning to do. He's going for AC next, which makes sense obviously against the 2-1. But on the other hand, the 2-1 with the upgrade should never die to an AC or any light vehicle because you have the spotting advantage, right? You can see the enemy in the fog of war there on the minimap. Therefore, you have plenty of time to fall back and avoid any damage. Or even avoid any damage there. We have the sniper now going back on the field with like 50 or 60% HP. So Covenant has to be careful there, otherwise he might lose the sniper to an flank there. Meanwhile, he's now completely capping the left-hand side. That looks really, really good. Allies now going for the ammo point, which also acts as a cutoff point in this scenario, so won't be too bad. 2 to 1 now will go in. 3 versus 1 Volk, so not the most favorable engagement there. And here we go, he's retreating. 2 to 1 still can't be upgraded because he's lacking the mechanized upgrade there. We have the sniper doing some nice damage there. Picking off the models. Oh, Grenadier might go down. That should be a dead Grenadier. But I'm not sure. And the... Oh, yep, the Grenadier died. 2 to 2 by the way on the way from Mr. Covenant. And yeah, I think not going... By extending his tier 1 play as Austria when you see Rifleman might be a mistake there. He should adapt it and instead of going for a faster 2 should have went for a MG42 just to cover the flanks there and avoid such things like that. 2 now on the field. Convenant though has enough resources for theoretically to rebuild the Grenadier right away. So let's see what he's doing. Also Bisonet was so kind to build a team heal. And we have an AT gun right away on the way from Covenant, so he's afraid of the light vehicle there. Or not really afraid, right? He knows that the half track is on the field. And the map at the moment is relatively blue, but due to the fact that the viewpoint was decapped, there's not a big resource advantage for the allies going on, but this changed now. And Bisonet is trying to get back on the map, but it's a tough task on this map. On this side, especially on the compound side. AC is on the field. We have no upgrade on the 2 to 1. But the the AC missed the first shot. I'm surprised that Bisonet is still not going for the mechanized battle group support upgrade. I think that's such a vital upgrade to not going for it. Nice move there using the destroy cover ability to get rid of the fire, so he can now attack from this side where no window is. We have an MG and a Raketen by the way on the field now from Bisonet. Full retreat there from Tommy. Might get the wipe there, not sure, probably not. And yeah, map control wise it's really, really well looking at the moment for the allies. The past 3 to 4 minutes. But that was to be expected on this side on Minsk. It's really, really hard to get map control on this map. So the Axes have to play safe and play for the long game, because they definitely won't have an easy time in the mid game there for sure. Raketen gets a shot in, nope, misses. Might get the second shot out. Nope. Nice try with an attack on ground, but yeah, no chance there. AT gun setting up, but it's slightly out of range. And I'm sorry for the Discord notification, not Discord, Steam notification there. Was a little bit unaware of that, should have turned it off, so I'm terribly sorry. The rifle had a tough retreat, but there was not much on the retreat path, so could have been worse. But that's the risk that you should always consider when you retreat. Because when you're retreating over unknown territory, there's a high chance that there's the enemy army sitting, and then you will lose the squad on retreat. We have Red Force going for Vanguard operations, and he dropped the glider. The logistic glider, where you now can use as a forward reinforcement and retreat point. He can build commandos, MGs, mortars, and an AT gun. Also, Red Force built mortar emplacement. now shelling the middle. MG setting up. Bisonet is now taking up. Only he's using the 223 now as a fuel post, and I think he's really misusing it. It's like giving away so much advantage. We have red smoke coming down from the infantry section, but Bisonet is retreating. But on the other hand, the retreat obviously will open up more pushing power to Red Force. Grenadier might go down. AT gun got recruited. Yeah, that's something that can happen really, really fast on this map. But the MG42 is there, MG gets recruited, and cover to cover was wasted. Now the riflemen have a really, really tough retreat there. Let's see if Bisonet is able to pull off a wipe. We have smoke pop from the AC. Great team play there from Team Allies. Really, really well done to cover the retreat there and avoiding any retreat, any wipes. But meanwhile, Covenant picked up the Flakhaft track. So a win for the Axis nonetheless. Well done there. But still, look at the map control. The Allies are basically in the leading or commanding position there. The mortar smoke is coming down. No. Oh yes, actually yes, that's mortar smoke. Not sure why. Tier 4 has been built. 2-1 veteran C2, now with spotting scopes, and now the Axis have the access to the probably best spotting unit in the game to with the spotting scopes. We have fourth Grenadier there from Covenant, so he's playing really Grenadier heavy, played a really extensive, or infantry heavy build rather. He didn't play the real extensive tier 1 since he went for a fast 2-2. But now with 4 Grenadiers, Sniper, MG and AT gun and 2-2, he should have a really, really potent army. Let's see if he's able to convert those numbers into map control as well. For Red Force we have a commando coming down from the glider. We have some red smoke again from Mr. Red Force. Sniper opening or trying to open fire against the Grants rifles and the retreating. Is this the second sniper? I don't think so, right? Unit. Yes. Yeah, but you can really see how maybe the sniper probably was a mistake there, because it's only at 7 kills, even though it was the first unit on the field. And it's minute 12, and you can say the bare minimum for a sniper is 1 kill per minute when it arrives directly in the early game. But he's not able to deliver the damage. We have double pack Howie from Mr. Tommy. And 2-2 got snared, will probably die. Covenant, by the way, went for Jaeger armor. AT gun setting up. 2-2 is in danger, but the AC as well. Snare will go off. Will we see an attack on ground? Here we go. Nice attack on ground. AC gets picked off. And 2-2 lives. And now the smoke covers the retreat of the Grenadier and the sniper. AT gun, that went really, really well there for the Axis. And Allies didn't anticipate that for sure. Commandos got some nice damage done over here, how it looks like. We have Obersoldaten on the field, but lacking the ammo for the weapon upgrade. But even without the weapon upgrade, Obers are still a deadly unit. I don't think that's the best way to fight the Obers on point blank, because there's still 2 windows which are shooting. Now there are only 2 windows, none, because full great reaction there from Mr. Bisonet, but also even a better reaction there from Red Force, jumping into the building once the grenade exploded faster than Mr. Bisonet did, and yeah, that went really, really well. Royal Engineers will now meet the Pondor from the Axis, the Stern Pioneers, and I think the Royal Engineers have to retreat. They won't win this engagement and the ammo. will stay in the control of the Axis team. Mortar support coming in, but yeah, they can't win this engagement. Sweeper is out as well. Going in for some sweeping and probably trying to decap the cutoff, or the one of the double cutoffs. On the other hand, Red Force is sending in some reinforcements. And I think the Stern Pioneer has to retreat, otherwise it will die there on retreat for sure. We have a second Ober on the field. Even though Bisonet can't afford the LMG, he's still going for a second one. But like said earlier, even without the LMG, they are still really, really deadly. Meanwhile, Covenant is taking for tier 4, which means in return cheaper reinforcement cost. By the way, great riflenate there, but didn't got the web on the captain. Cheaper reinforcement cost on his unit. Oh, Sniper might die! Nope, Sniper will get away. And obviously he will get access to the Brumbear, Werfer and Panther. Bisonet found the gap there, is going in, trying to get rid of the mortar pit, but that's I think that's a shot blocker, so you can't shoot through it. So he has to position him weirdly to get fire on, in a probably not that comfortable position. Racket no opening fire. Double Pekhoe definitely doing some work there from Mr. Tommy, at least psychologically, because they actually don't have that many damage done or kills. Race on the mortar pit, but with the racket fire coming in and the flame damage from the nade, it should be enough, I think. But now with the Sherman on the field. One more shot, but he retreats. But I think this Warlords from the Obers should be enough. Here we go. Raketten is retreating, has a tough retreat path. Where's the Pack 40? Pack 40 has had the... Oh no, the Raketten got recruit. Sherman upgrade is out. Smoke goes down to cover the retreat path for the riflemen so they can see the Raketten. And here we go. Not sure if it, who traded better. Getting rid of the mortar pit obviously is a great win, but on the other hand, donating a Raketten to the USF player is also not the best thing, since now he is not forced to build an AT gun, so he will save manpower. But did... Oh, there's a... Pack... Why are you not taking it, Covenant? Take it! Take it! Using the Pekhoe against the Americans would be great there. Nice try with the attack on ground from the Sherman, but the Sniper gets away. Double AT gun on the field there. I think he didn't saw it. That's for me the only reasonable explanation. Otherwise I can't explain it why he's not taking it, because getting a Pekhoe would be insanely good. But still, look at the map control. Allies are in such commanding lead there. VP wise though, it's relatively close, slight advantage there for the allies, but nothing meaningful since it's Min's pocket and the game can go easily for over 1 hour there. Yeah, Pekhoe now gets taken by the Brits, and Covenant will probably bite this in his own ass for letting it, or for not taking it. Double AT gun setting up. A normal Sherman would have died now, but the Bulldozer Sherman obviously grants more HP and armor, so it's a really tough nut to crack there with the upgrade. Obersoldaten going in. They're looking for the commando. I expected them to cap, or at least Bisonet probably thought it because the point got capped. But now the commandos will throw the nade. Nope. Full retreat now on the closest Ober is retreating. The other Ober is now fighting normally. Panther on the field by the way from Bisonet, going for the tank commander, which really transforms the Panther with the heat shells into an amazing tank hunter. Yeah, let's see if Bisonet now is about to blind spot over here. He's not reacting correctly. Yeah, now he has to retreat there. MG's a little bit out of position. Panther switching sides. Raketten... Covered it a little bit sloppy there. Missing the opportunity to get the wipe there. Sniper at 16 kills now, slowly recovering there. 222 hits veteran C3. We have the Calliope number 1 on the field. And that will definitely hurt. The Calliope is a really good game, especially on maps like Minsk, where it's all about the attrition war. And you can do an insane amount of damage with the Calliope, because the shotgunning ability of it is so great. We have a comment on the field from Red Force, so basically skipped all the medium tanks. We are straight into the more heavier tanks. But yeah, look at the vision advantage from the 222. The Panther was able to get a shot off even before the Comet was able to see it. Really good things there. Oba, by the way, at Veteran C2, where the magical accuracy buffs comes and the Obas really start to excel. Double AT gun really comes up. But the attack on ground failed. Oh, that might be a dead. But the Calliope comes in and will probably decrew both tanks. Panther will go in though. There's no real cover. The Raketten has no snare option. And here he goes. Double AT gun even survived because he was scared of the Panther probably. He didn't finish the full barrage. That is really unfortunate there for Tommy. Losing his Sherman for nothing. Comet going in against the wounded Panther, but keep in mind the Axis probably already saw that with the 2-2 on the field. We have the Panther off from Covenant out. Both Panthers going forth, putting the Comet below 50% HP. Tier 3 covering the viewpoint. 2-1 getting, or 2-3 getting barraged by the Pack Howie. But Bisonet probably won't do that, he will just reposition it. Two to two. Man, so many 2-2s in the game, or the field rather. We'll probably go over here. Nope, it's going over here, providing vision. Yeah, basically you don't want to use the 2-2 though as a combat vehicle whatsoever. You basically want to sit at AFK in second line, or in the second row rather, and use it as a spotting unit. Because as long as the X, I think, have the 2-2 on the field with the spotting advantage, they can really push them into the middle and deal an insane amount of damage. But they still need map control because they need to get more tools on the field. We have the second volley of the Calliope going up into nothing. Grenadiers nicely dodged it. Yeah, you have the shotgun. You should have fired from here, Tommy. That looks like a dead Volks. Here we go. The one Volk went down to the Comet. They were really clumped up. The Axis need some rocket artillery in the long run. Or rather in the short run, to be more precise. Sniper might die. Here we go. He has to retreat. Should be fine. Ober's coming in to save the day. Full retreat there from Mr. Tommy. New Sherman on the way. He feels he needs a Sherman for anti-infantry duty. We have the trench coming up from Red Force, so he can stay inside of the fight and deny the cap there. Really well done. Panther coming in, but on pressurized vehicle, so it won't shoot against those infantry section. But oh, nice squish there! That was extremely well done there. But the Axis desperately needs some AA. Not AA, sorry, rocket artillery. And here we go. Bisonet is going for the walking Stuka. Or the Stuka zu Fuß. Comet going in. But Panther has propped the heat shells. And look at the amount of damage that the Panther deals. Comet is a little off pathing. Main gun crit can Covenant come in to finish the job. Nope, he's on the top side and won't be there in time, but yeah. Panther with heat is no laughing matter. It's really, really, really good. Sniper, meanwhile, picking off those infantry sections in the middle. Re can come in handy, especially since the Axis destroyed the AI earlier on. Sniper at 25 kills. Yeah, but the donated Raketen will hurt there because it's helpful against the Axis, because I think it has higher penetration than the M1, but I'm not 100% certain there. And the first Stuka barrage did nothing. Where is Bisonet's point of view? Here we go. Stuka has 2 kills, at least 1/3 or 1/5. Go to that one. Something. Molotov from the riflemen goes off. They have to retreat. Or they might have a tough retreat path. Sniper gets a warm welcome there from the Calliope, but no hit. Again, too long range in my opinion. And the Grenadier actually died and dropped the MG42. I did not expect that. I thought he was safe and will get away. Allies slowly equalize, or Axis, well, it's the Axis that are slowly equalizing the field, but they're still really behind. I would say they're army composition. I think they have now. It's better now with the rocket artillery. They can do damage, but it really depends now how well the artillery performs with damage. Otherwise, they won't get a good control over there on the map. Second comment on the field. Yeah, Covenant still struggles a lot. Like I said, it's so incredible hard to hold this side, even more as Austria than as OKW. Because there's literally everything is short range, so you will rock over the corner and will get the warm welcome by a bar every time you do something. Sniper is less effective. We have planes in a weird angle, I would say. Something died, but I'm not 100% certain what died. I think it was an OKW unit. Nope, it was a Pioneer from Covenant. He has a Brumbin on the way. It's going in. Raketen getting replaced. The tech might go down. And here we go, Calliope fire. Oh, the Calliope wiped 2 squads. Bisonet is probably really mad at the moment. And it's not looking really, really well there for the Axis. Panther there on the run. The other Panther now going forward. Veteran C2, by the way, already. Heat is doing. Gets the wipe there. Even abandoned, but yeah, picks it off. Not taking any risk. He won't scavenge it or recrew it, so destroying it is better. But tech is gone. Stuka opening fire. Brumbe on the field. AT gun gets decrewed. Brumbear trying to do some damage, at least force the infantry sections off the map. Brumbear coming forward. Panther is soon combat ready. Will he deny the recapture of the AT gun? Yes, here we go. The right AT gun gets destroyed. Not taking any risk. And here we go. Panther on the hunt. Propping Blitzkrieg. No ammo though for heat shells, so it will take longer to get rid of it. Cover to cover has been used somewhere. Here we go. Panther will get snared. Raketen is sitting over there. Combat should go in. Here we go. Comet is coming from the back. Where's the double AT guns are setting up? Oh, and he gets the wipe! And the 0 HP bugs kicks in, where the rifleman or 18A deflects and therefore can't inflict a death critical, so the tank has 0 HP, but because the death critical can't happen from a deflect, the Panther will survive. Calliope now coming in, trying to get the wipe. The second rifleman will bounce as well, or didn't bounce, deflect damage. And the Panther will get a raid. That must be really, really tilting there. Raketen trying to go in. But the Panther is now behind the shot blocker there. And full retreat, here we go from Tommy. Should have used cover to cover actually, because smoke does 0 damage, but it penetrates, therefore it can inflict a death critical. So if you had used the smoke on the Panther, it would have died. Because the smoke shells do 0 damage but penetrate, therefore they kill. Oberst going in, Stuka opening fire. Will he get the wipe? Nope. But some damage done there. But I should still think he should use the Stuka on support weapons. Some great wipes there from the Axis early on. But is it enough to come back there? The Panther from Bisonet is ready, close to veterancy 3, and OKW Panther with veterancy gets really, really potent there. Panther going forward. He's hungry, but well, let's see if he's going in. He gets a shot in. AT gun though gets a shot in return in. So heat shells were not the most effective or the most well spent ammo there for just one shot. We have Calliope fire coming in. Or 222 has to be careful there. AT gun got decrewed. USF blob is creeping forward. We have a Jackson on the field. Cover to cover has been used. But Brumbear still pumps out some decent damage there. Brumbear gets snared, but there's nothing to capitalize on it. Panther gets snared. Planes are on the way. And there's no anti-air. That might be a dead Abi for Covenant there. I don't think he can save anything there. AT gun gets decrewed. The squads from the allies trying to keep vision so the planes can't track the Axis ones. Jackson coming forward, but keep in mind the heat from the Panther makes it a really dangerous unit. And so far Covenant's army survived, or the tanks rather. But I'm not sure if the Axis can creep back on the map. Sniper will probably die. Yeah, here we go. Sniper goes down. I think the game is over. Bad 3 on the Panther from Covenant, from Bisonet. Comet goes down. That double AT gun coming in. We have Calliope fire coming in. Well, Gambit Bomb. It's rarely that you see that Gambit Bomb does something, but it wiped the Vox already at the Alpha transaction that throwed it. And like I said, but it doesn't matter anymore. The game is pretty much over. I don't see the Axis coming back from this. They will have a really hard time breaking the triple cap, and God forbid going for double cap on their own. They have so much repair time ahead of them. Like, Panther are barely operational, Brumbear is fighting with 50% HP, so they just can get the VP back. And oh, the writing is on the wall when you have to use your tanks with less than full HP to fight. Even though it's a risky thing to do, but you know, when I don't fight, I will lose the game, so I have to fight. Like now, the Brumbear will get snared, will get the second AT gun shot in, and then will die. Or not, because the second HP bug for the second time, but like, just throw cover to cover on it and it would die actually. Panther going in. Desperate attempts from the Vox Grenade to get the decap there. Double cap got broken, but I'm not sure if they can maintain it. Jackson will probably die. Why he's switching target to the Calliope, considers this to be more the high value target. Gets snared though. Raketten is sitting there, gets the Calliope, but the Jackson will get it, especially with an AT gun in his back. Panther goes down, AT gun is not capping, and yeah, when AT guns are capping, even though you shouldn't do that, also telling a story. KT now on the field. KT with heat shells is a bit beat sick, but you need some serious Wunderwaffen vibes there to win the game. So I'm highly doubt that will happen. Maybe it's time to mobilize the Volkssturm to, for a last attempt, get all the crippled, the kids and the old, equip them with rifles, doesn't matter if it's hunting rifles or normal rifles, and try to win the war there, Kerpa. Double kept though running for the Axis at the moment, so it's something. But like I said, it's just the game is over. Especially on a map like Minsk, where even when you, with such a big lead from the allies, VP wise, they have like all the time in the world, and Axis will never be able to triple cap. So allies can rebuild like 2 times, 3 times. Meanwhile, Axis can't afford to lose any major engagements, otherwise they will lose. Oh, the Shukatsufu's actually got the wipe there. That's nice to see. Gets the decrew on the AT gun. But our racket goes down. The 2-2 goes down. Are the allies overextending? I don't think so. Comet goes down. Vet 4, by the way, on the on the Panther. AT gun will go down to the Brumbear. KT is pushing. Jackson goes down, gets traded 1-for-1 for Panther. Visonet has no infantry left, besides the Ober and the Dawn Pioneer. But the Rangers over here will get the cap. Panther needs to react. Some heavy losses there for Red Force. Tommy, I think, is still doing reasonably fine. We should try to squish them, I think. And then he can decapit it, but it's still a really, really tough target there, or a tough job to win this game. He needs to push them out. Grenade goes off, but not the wipe. Will it be enough to decap? Decap should be enough. He gets the decap. Ober has to retreat. One-man Obers can't win the war. The middle is pretty much deadlock, but Shukatsufu is opening fire. 16 VPs remaining. Ah, the barrage was not that good. Yeah, the game is over. The Axis were close for a comeback, but it was a little too late there, damage-wise. KT goes down, and the game is over. And GG well played there to Mr. Tommy and Red Force. Was definitely a treat to watch. I wouldn't call it the best game that I ever saw, but definitely not a bad game either. And well, you could call it a casual men's pocket game on the top side, where you really struggle, and if you're not able to like close the gap, where you're really behind this axis till the late game, which we saw, you will lose. I think if the axis had like 100, 150 more VPs, they could have pulled it off there. But they were so desperate for VPs that they needed to throw everything into the meat grinder. And that was basically the nail into the coffin. They had no VPs to play around. Otherwise, I really think the Abbey composition would have soon be pulled ahead there for the Axis, with the Shuker slowly getting the wipes. We had the Vet 4, close to Vet 5 Panther. We had the KT, which died for nonsense because they needed to do damage. We had the Brumber Veteran C2, close to Vet 3. Yeah, but anyways, thanks for watching everyone, and see ya next time. Bye bye.